Good morning, everybody, and welcome back here to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. My name's Nicole, and I am one of the sales professionals for our truck sales here at our Frederick location. Today, we're going to be looking at this beautiful blue M2 106 Summit Hauler Plus conversion. We call him the Cookie Monster, so let's jump right in. Alrighty, taking a look here, you're going to see we have a beautiful Summit Hauler signature C9 grille. This is a beautiful piece to have up front. Like we said, we want to drive with style here, and this guy looks very nice on the road. We've also equipped two separate light bars right there. The switch is inside. I'll show you guys that when we get in the truck. Take a look here, we have our three-piece bumper. The nice thing about these bumpers is if you get bumped on either side or one of them needs to be replaced, these are going to be easy to take off separately. It's going to eliminate those downtimes and expensive costs, so you can just replace those separately. Taking a look right here, we have the two connection hooks. These are going to be two secure points if you need a tow. Those are going to be great and easy to use for you. Right down here, we have our part of our Detroit assurance system. That is going to be the collision detection radar box. I'll go ahead and jump into a few more details when we get in the truck, but that's going to be one of the many safety features that this truck is equipped with. Alrighty, let's take a look right under the hood. I'm just going to easily lift this guy up. One thing you're looking at when you're looking at these hoods is they're extremely durable. They are made of condensed fiberglass, so they're going to be less likely to dent. If you're driving down to Lubbock, Texas, and you can't find yourself a place to park under and you know it's hailing, these guys are going to be durable for exactly those reasons. As you're looking under the hood, you're going to see we have the Cummins L9 engine. This is going to give out 360 horsepower and 1,150 pounds of torque. The Cummins is an amazing engine. It's great for that heavy hauling and those long days on the road. That is going to be paired with the Allison 3200 TRV 6-speed automatic transmission. The Allison, again, is going to be a great transmission, great for those really long trips, and it's going to keep for those smooth rides. One thing you're going to notice is when you're looking in here, you can see there is a lot of room with the hood lifted up. You have access to literally anything you need to maintenance. Right here we have our power steering fluid, we have our fuel filter water separator, fuse box right there, and some filters right on the other side. Everything is going to be so easy to access. If you just need to get to a few things, it's going to be easy for you. And then taking a look right down here, you're going to see those are going to be our jumper hookups. If you need a quick jump before getting on the road in the morning, it's just going to be quick access points right there, and you're going to be back on the road. So it's great. That's great, so you don't have to get to the batteries. It's just going to be quick and easy. Alrighty, and we can go ahead and put this guy back down. If I can do it, anybody can. Just push it right down, and you're going to easily be able to hook it back up right here, just like that. Alrighty, taking a look down at our wheels. These ones are a little bit different. They have the blacked out rims. Looks really nice with this truck. These wheels are nice, very durable. Another great feature that we add with Transwest is we add the balancing balls in there. So it's going to make for there's even wear on the road with those tires. It's also going to balance your tires, so it's going to be safer for you, and it's going to make for a smoother ride. All right, taking a look right here, we have our breakaway mirrors. A nice feature about these truck having these mirrors is it's going to be safer not only for you and your truck, but for the people around you. These mirrors are going to be able to cover a lot of those blind spots that you're not going to be able to see. So they make it super safe. Another great feature of these guys is they brake forward and backwards. If you need to park in a tight spot or someone bumps into you, those mirrors aren't going to break off. You're just going to be able to shift them back, and you're going to be all good to go. Right here we are going to have our engine block heater. If it's a chilly morning and you know it's been cold outside, you can leave that guy plugged in overnight. It's going to keep the fuel warmed up so nothing's going to gel up. Going to keep the engine ready to go in the morning, so you're not going to have any issues. You'll just be able to start right up, easy peasy. All right, as you can see here, we have our three-strip no slip grips. I know these trucks are kind of a step up to get in there, especially me who's 5'2". I have a little bit of trouble with it, but these are going to make it great so you can confidently and safely get into that truck, especially paired right here. We have a handle to help you get in. These strips are just great, especially when it's slick outside. They're going to make you feel good getting in, and you're going to be just fine. Alrighty, taking a look right here, you're gonna see we have our first fuel tank of 2. This truck is equipped with 2 fuel tanks, both 50 gallons. This is gonna be one of them. One thing I like to let people know is with those 2 50-gallon tanks, you do need to fill them up separately if you want to get a full fill. So you'd have to fill up this one and the tank on the other side to get that full fill. However, a great feature about these trucks, if you just want to fill one side, then it will self-balance for you. So that's always a great thing to know. Right here, you're gonna see we have our 6-gallon DEF tank. This is gonna get you 300 to 350 miles per gallon. So you're not filling up so often. It's gonna keep you on the road for a pretty good time. And then nice thing about these guys, click, and then you can lock them if you choose to. Alrighty, let's take a look here in the front seat. You're gonna look at that interior, you're gonna say, wow, that is a lot of blue, and it is. The blue interior is a great additive to this blue truck. I really like how it looks. I think it just gives it something different that not all these trucks have, so that's a great feature. You're also gonna notice how comfortable they look. These are air ride seats. They're gonna be more shock absorbing on the road, and it's gonna give you more comfort overall. I know most people when they drive these trucks have those really long days on the road, so that's just gonna be a great feature for you, and you're gonna stay comfortable at all times. Right here, you're gonna see we have our air adjustment, whether you wanna go up and down, adjusts for you. Lumbar support, we have our heated seat, and then our tilt on that. So like I said, just built for comfort. You can make it how you want it, and that's a great feature that Freightliner has. Alrighty, and then right down here, you're gonna see that we have our kill switch. The nice features about this kill switch is it is going to kill all accessories that you may have left on the truck. Maybe it be a light or something small. If you flip that switch, it's gonna make sure everything is off so the battery is not running without you knowing. That way it's not gonna die on you. Right back here, we're gonna have a light test button. That button is gonna run a full light test for your truck. You wanna make sure you're being safe before getting on the road. All your lights are working, your blinkers, everything. So that's just gonna run a full light test for you so you can make sure you're being safe and you can get right on the road. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our back seat here. You're gonna notice again those amazing blue seats. They look beautiful back there. I think the back interior is just as phenomenal as the front. This is going to be a DOT certified pull-out bed, so you can move that guy out if you want to take a nap on the road or whatever you want to do. Those beds are very comfortable. Another great feature I like to add about the Freightliners is there is a lot of room under here for additional storage, whether it be a duffel bag, some grocery bags, a small suitcase. If you don't want it at your passenger's feet, you have a great opportunity to put some things under the seat. So I always like to add that as well. Right here, you're gonna see we have 4 bolts. Those are gonna be easy to remove bolts, and right back here, under here, is going to be the battery access. One great thing is the only reason you would need access to these batteries, because our jumpers are in the front, is if you need to maintenance them or replace them. So you shouldn't be needing to get in here very often. However, if you do need to replace those batteries, it's just gonna be 4 easy bolts and you'll be able to get in there. All right. Right down here, you're gonna see we have our trickle charger. So this is going to be a charger that you can plug in overnight, like I said, or if you're not using the truck for a long period of time, you're going, you know, to South Carolina or something and you're not gonna use it for another month. If you leave that guy plugged in, it's gonna trickle power into it. It's gonna keep those batteries alive, make sure everything's still up and moving. So when you're back in the truck, maybe a month, maybe weeks later, it's gonna be all ready to go. You're not gonna have issues with your batteries. It's gonna start right up for you. Another great feature about these is they can charge a small 12-volt device. All right, let's take a look at our first storage compartment right here. First thing you're gonna notice is it's the very durable diamond plate. This is gonna be very scratch proof, weather resistant, and it's gonna be rust resistant as well. You're gonna notice there's a lot of room in here for storage. I always like to tell my customers that this is a great place to store extra DEF, maybe some emergency supplies. And then if you look right in there in the corner, you're gonna see that we have an air chuck. So if you want to fill, there's a hose right there. If you connect it, you need to fill your tire, you need to fill your buddy's tire, you're going to easily be able to do that. I know some people buy these trucks for hauling their boats. If you need to pump up a tube really quick, that's just going to be a great thing that we added into these trucks for you guys to make it quick and easy. Right here, you're gonna see in these compartments, we have weather stripping. So there's not gonna be any water, ice, and different things getting in there. So you can trust that the tools in there are gonna stay safe for you. All right. And then these guys also do lock as well. Taking a look right here, this is going to be our smaller storage compartment. I always tell people this is gonna be a great place to put your chains, straps, anything you need quick access to, maybe a few tools, but it's just smaller, so you're not going to lose things as easy, and it's going to be easy to grab, and you're going to know exactly where it is. Again, it's going to be the diamond plate, and another great thing about having the diamond plate is once you put stuff in there and you're driving, it's going to be less likely to slide around in there, and it's going to stay in place for you. Awesome. All right, taking a look, you're gonna see that we have a very beautiful diamond plated covering for the bed. Very durable, like I said, scratch proof. Taking a look right here, you're gonna see we have 2 pre-drilled holes. Those are gonna be great if you wanna add a toolbox, you wanna put a spare tire there. I always like to tell customers, if you are looking to get a toolbox but you don't want to install it, we can do that for you. If you let us know before purchasing the truck, we can get a toolbox or whatever you want added onto there before you pick up. So that's a great thing to know as well. Taking a look right above the headache bar, you're going to see we have a camera up there. That is going to be one of the 4 optional cameras for our Voyager system that we have equipped in these Freightliners. That camera specifically is going to be great if you're, backing up a gooseneck or a fifth wheel. It's going to give you some vision that you're not going to be able to see from your mirrors, and it's just going to make it a little bit easier for you. I'll go over that a little bit more when we get in the truck, and I'll show you the different features of those cameras. Taking a look down here, you're going to see with this diamond plate, people ask, okay, so if it's just aluminum on the top, where's the weight coming from? Well, we actually have steel plates sitting right here, and that is going to balance the weight while hauling. It's going to make it so you have that smoother ride, even with towing and without it. We make sure that weight's balanced for you with those steel plates, so you can rest assured knowing that you're going to have a good towing experience with or without a trailer. Right here, you're gonna see we have tracks on both sides and one right there. These are gonna be tie downs. They are going to be able to hold up to 1,000 pounds. And so if you need to strap something down back here, those are gonna be great for you. Take a look right here, you're gonna see we have our hookup for our fifth wheel gooseneck, and then we have our bumper pull hookup right here. Right over here, you're gonna see we have a Voyager system hookup. I always like to tell people, like I said, you can have up to 4 hookups for the cameras in this truck. A great one you could do with that is you can line it up to your horse trailer, and if you want to keep an eye on your livestock while you're on the road, but you don't want to get out and check on them every 20 minutes or every hour, you can just equip the camera into the trailer so you can keep an eye on those guys at all time. So that's that hookup right there. Take a look right here, we have our Gen Y hitch that can hold or pull up to 32,000 pounds. On this side we have the 2 5/16, and on the other side we have our 2-inch ball. We always recommend these ones. These are great hitches because they can be adjusted to where you need them, and they can be customized to, fit the best pulling experience that you're looking for with that bumper pull. All right, taking a look on the other side, you're gonna see we have another small storage compartment and a larger storage compartment. The only difference in those is gonna be that that one does not have an air chuck equipped. Right here, you're going to see that we have our secondary fuel tank that I was talking about. So this is gonna be the other 50-gallon fuel tank. Like I said, you can fill one side individually, or you can fill both of them to get that full fill, and they will self-balance. So that is a great thing to know. All right, taking a look in the front seat, you're gonna notice that as the passenger, you are going to have the same amount of comfort as the driver. These seats are gonna be exactly the same. We have the same controls here with the air seat, and all the same controls as well. Right there, you're gonna see we have a large panel. That is just going to be a cover for fuses that we have under there. If you need to get into those, it's just a quick and easy takeoff. But other than that, everything is going to reflect the same comfortability as the driver's seat. All right, and then I'm giving you guys a quick opportunity to take a look in the back. You're gonna see that there's some charging ports back there if you want to charge a small device like an iPad, a small laptop, whatever you need to charge. Those charging ports are gonna be in there for you to use. All right, and then getting into the truck, the first thing you're going to notice is the very large windshield we have. This is going to be 2,500 square inches of windshield, and it's going to be great for the road driving at night and during the day. You just have so much visibility, and like I said, so many eliminated like blind spots, so you're going to feel safer on the road. All right, let's get this guy started. I'm gonna leave it in accessories mode for 3 to 5 seconds. As you can see, everything is just waking up here, getting ready to go, and then we can go ahead and start it. Awesome. Let's jump right back up here to our windshield. You're gonna see, I talked a little bit about it at the beginning, but that's gonna be the housing for our Detroit Assurance safety feature. That's just gonna be the main component of where that is. Right up here, you're gonna see we have a storage compartment, and I really like the design this truck has. I like the texture of this, so that's a great thing as well. But no, so this is gonna be a storage compartment. It's gonna be great for those extra papers, small things you need to quick and easily grab. Right there is going to be a smaller little storage compartment. It's a great place to put, you know, some sunglasses and some smaller items like that. Taking a look right up here, this is going to be our Voyager system I was talking about. So as you can see right here, we have our first camera pulled up. That's what I was talking about in the back, where you can, you know, it'll help you hook up to that, you know, gooseneck, fifth wheel. If you click this button right here, you will be able to slide through. And like I said, you can hook up to 4 cameras wirelessly or wired on this truck. So that'd be camera 2, camera 3, camera 4. And then we have the split screen, so you can see 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3. And a great feature is being able to see all 4 of those cameras at once. So just keep that in mind if you have livestock or you want to add those cameras, you do have the ability to see all those at once. So we'll set that back at the first one. Right here is going to be your air horn for the truck. This is going to be a secondary microphone for that hands-free calling. And then taking a look right down here on the side, you're gonna see we have our mirror controls right there. We have our heated mirror and the ability to move those. I always get this question, and it's people asking, why is there only 2 buttons for windows? Well, that's a great question. Right now, we're gonna be able to connect to the windows up front, but with clicking this rear button, you're gonna see it light up, and we now will have the ability to run the windows in the back. Obviously have our lock and unlock button. And then taking a look at the dash, you're gonna see that we have a very nice display screen. This is gonna be the controls for those buttons where you're gonna be able to control that little display. It's gonna have all the diagnostics, if there any of the information you need, miles per gallon, any alerts or anything, that's gonna be easy to use, super user friendly, so that's always a great feature to have. Right on this side, you're gonna see this is gonna be our cruise control controls, as well as our hands-free calling if you want to, you know, answer, hang up the phone. That is all going to be right there. Taking a look right here, this is going to be our gear shift. So obviously right now we're neutral, and then we have our shift to drive and reverse. Another great thing to know is this truck can be driven in manual. It is set to automatic, but it can be driven in manual. If you press this button down, you'll be able to shift this way, and that is how you would drive that in manual. Another good thing to know about this is going to be our engine brake. So you're just gonna shift 1, 2, and 3, and we're gonna turn that back off. But that would be how you use your engine brakes. Right here, you're gonna see we have our trailer air supply. If you have a horse trailer or whatever trailer you have, if they are air brake, you can go ahead and connect those guys right there, and then it will be able to run on the braking system for air. So this is going to be the truck's parking brake. Right here we have our hazards, dome light, footwell, and our pre-trip light. One thing I like to add specifically about this pre-trip light is it is not only going to run the pre-trip lighting for the truck, it's going to run it for your trailer as well. So once you are all hooked up and you click that button, it is going to run a pre-trip light test for everything you have hooked up. Right here are going to be our optional switches. If you want to add anything additional on there, these can be easily hooked up there. Right here you're going to see we have our air controls for the back. It's going to be cold, hot, and then the fan speed. Right here is going to be the controls to the light bar that we looked at the beginning. The light bar that's just put right into the grill, that is going to be the controls for that. Right here is going to be our Detroit safety features. We have our automatic brake assist, lane departure warning, traction control, and then our override shutdown for our engine. That's a very interesting one. A lot of people don't quite understand the point of that, but essentially if you are driving on the road and something's wrong with your engine, you have error codes on your display right here, and you don't feel like you can safely get off the road, you're gonna go ahead and turn on the override shutdown. It is going to keep that engine functioning and running until it physically cannot, but that will give you the ability to, get off the highway, pull over safely, so you're safe, your truck is safe, and the people around you are safe. So just be cautious when using that button, but just know it is a safety feature if you you don't have access to a safe place to pull over. Right here we have our differential lock and then our suspension dump. The suspension dump is just going to be able to dump the airbags in the back. So, if you need to adjust when hauling or for whatever reason you need to adjust that, that's going to drop those airbags for you. Right here is going to be our connection to our display. Right here we have our Stinger system navigation. So if you plug into those, you're going to have the ability to connect for that. So you can do Apple CarPlay or the Android Auto. They have Bluetooth, you have options for calling and navigation. Like I said, another great thing about our Stinger system right here is it is very user-friendly, and you have access to all of that right there. One thing I forgot down here is going to be our trailer brake. We use a red arc system, and it can be adjusted based on the sensitivity you want it, but that braking system is going to be right there. And then taking a look down here, you're going to see we have our air setup for the front. Those are just going to be all those controls. It's going to be pretty much the same as a normal vehicle, so nothing special about those. You can see right here we have our removable cup holders. These are great cup holders. I always like to add these in the videos because I think it's so important, but you are going to have the ability to put a Stanley cup in there. My pickup doesn't have that. I am always spilling my Stanley water all over the place because it cannot fit in there, but I can assure you that these trucks cup holders can fit those cups. Stanley's the new ones they have nowadays, so you can rest assured that you will have the ability to do that. All right, taking a look right here, you're gonna see we have a pretty large storage compartment. This would be great for papers, any additional tools you need up here, cords. You're gonna have plenty of space to be able to store all of that stuff without it getting cluttered up here and losing stuff. So that is a great thing that they have as well. Alrighty, and taking a look up here, this is one of the coolest parts, and one of my favorite parts of the truck is the cool lighting systems they have. So they obviously have the reading light right here. These are just going to be bright lights for whatever you may need it for. We have our blue lights right here, as you can see. This is going to be great for night driving. It's going to make your eyes more accumulated to, the bright lights from the headlights on the road. So that's always great to use at night. And my favorite part is going to be our mood lighting we have right on top of the truck right there. Reminds me of a nightclub. It's great. It works. It looks so cool at night. So if you're ever using the truck at night, I always turn them on. I just think it's a great feature that Freightliner added, and they're so fun. It makes the truck look cool, and like I said, you want to drive in style, and that's definitely going to be a cool feature to have. Alrighty, I think that's all I have today on this truck. If you're interested in this truck or any of the others in our lot, you can give me a call. My phone number is 303-901-1943. Or if you want to send me an email, my email is going to be nicole.farner@transwest.com. We will see you guys next week, and I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day.